Pope Francis, one of the most beloved and transformative leaders in modern religious history, has died at the age of 88. Revered around the world for his humility, compassion, and reformist spirit, the pontiff passed away in Rome after battling double pneumonia, a complication worsened by his long-standing lung issues that have followed him since youth. His death marks the end of a 12-year papacy that shook the foundations of the Vatican and breathed new life into the global Catholic Church. Cardinal Kevin Farrell announced the passing with solemn words. At 7:35 this morning, the Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned to the home of the Father. His entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and of his church. Just days before his death, Pope Francis made his final public appearance, offering a brief but emotional Easter message in St. Peter's Square. Even as his health deteriorated, he remained active, visiting prisoners, praying at the Basilica, and connecting with the suffering people of Gaza. Until his last breath, he was a servant of the people. Born Jorge Mario Bergoglio in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Francis broke centuries of tradition the moment he was elected in 2013. The first Jesuit pope, the first from the Americas, and the first non-European in over a millennium. He immediately made headlines by refusing the lavish papal apartments and opting to live in a modest guest house. He even paid his own hotel bill. Francis's mission was clear: a church for the poor. His actions spoke louder than any sermon. He welcomed refugees, visited slums, embraced lepers, and condemned global greed. He famously criticized unfettered capitalism, calling it the dung of the devil, and championed environmental responsibility, publishing a groundbreaking encyclical that demanded the world's richest nations take accountability for the climate crisis. He was a voice for the marginalized, the poor, the displaced, the victims of human trafficking. And when terrorism shook the world, Francis reminded us not to blame religion, saying, "It is not right to identify Islam with violence. We have our own fundamentalists too." His stance on social issues was bold yet balanced. When asked about gay priests, he responded with the now iconic, "Who am I to judge?" He welcomed open conversations about the role of women, family, and modern society, without straying from core Catholic doctrine. He wasn't left or right. He was real and deeply human. Inside the Vatican, Francis faced intense resistance. Powerful conservative factions tried to block his reforms, but he pressed on, especially in confronting the Church's most painful crisis: clerical sexual abuse. In 2019, he summoned bishops worldwide and implemented new rules that forced transparency and offer protection for whistleblowers, a move many saw as long overdue. Despite multiple health issues in his final years, Francis never stopped. He traveled the globe, often welcomed like a rock star. Millions gathered just for a glimpse of the white-robed figure in the Pope Mobile. He had nearly 19 million followers on Twitter and reached youth with simple truths, once telling crowd, "Happiness is not an app you can download." Now, as the Catholic world begins mourning, attention shifts to the future. A conclave of cardinals will soon gather in the Sistine Chapel to choose the 268th Pope. Will they continue Francis's legacy of reform, humility, and inclusiveness? Or will the Church return to old ways? What's certain is this: Pope Francis changed the papacy. He redefined what it means to lead with love. His message was simple but radical: listen to the poor, live humbly, serve with courage. And now, the world says goodbye to the people's Pope. Rest in peace, Francis. Your light will never go out.